Progressives are unfriending Mark Zuckerberg. A coalition of progressive groups is pulling its ads from Facebook to protest the political positions taken by FWD.US or Forward Us, an advocacy group founded by Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg to push for comprehensive immigration reform. In recent weeks, Zuckerberg's group has praised the Keystone XL pipeline and criticized Obamacare.
There's a couple things. The first is that obviously, ostensibly, the goal of Forward Us is to pass comprehensive immigration reform, and it's something that I think every group in this coalition, it's a goal that everyone shares. The problem that we have with what Forward.us has done is they've taken sort of cynical political tactics and run ads having nothing to do with comprehensive immigration reform. We think that there's a story to tell, obviously, from leaders like Mark Zuckerberg to talk about how this type of legislation would benefit their companies and the tech community and the American economy. But they've chosen not to go that way.
So why then run ads that support Keystone XL and other things that progressive groups don't support? Is it because they're trying to suck up to or butter up to different lawmakers to get them behind immigration reform?
Yeah, I think that's it. The way that we've been putting it is that it's a bad strategy executed poorly. We think that actually the people in the states like Alaska and South Carolina are capable of having a conversation about comprehensive immigration reform. We don't think that organizations need to condescend to these voters and run ads having nothing to do with immigration reform. And frankly, I don't think anyone really wants to relitigate the 2009 stimulus, the health care bill. No one wants to talk about Chicago-style politics, as was mentioned in one of these ads. These are issues that can be dealt with separately. But I think that it's important to actually have a conversation about immigration reform.
Yeah, and then how best, if you say this is a bad policy done poorly, what was the
a bad strategy executed poorly?
Bad strategy executed poorly. What would be a good strategy executed well?
Well, like I said, I think that the tech community, Mark Zuckerberg and the other executives involved in Forward.us have a compelling story to tell about why comprehensive immigration reform is beneficial not only for the tech community, but for the American economy. I think it's totally reasonable to have that conversation. I think what the problem that they ran into is that they're trying to play politics and not in a very savvy way. And so, they haven't put these ads, for example, on their website. They showed up on sites like Huffington Post and other media outlets. So they don't exactly want credit for these ads, but they're sort of standing behind the strategy. I think that, if they stick to telling the story about immigration reform, the issue that they're actually ostensibly formed to forward, I think they'll have a much more compelling case.